Everyone, BlueStarSaber here with Chat Georgina as we discuss the Naruto 99 Worldwide Popularity Poll results. So hello, Chat.
Hello, hello, everyone.
Let's see. This will be our first Naruto discussion since I decided to do a mixed discussion of what went on with Boruto at the time, the Narusaku stuff we saw at the 2020 Olympics, which was in 2021. So it's been a while since that, and a little bit discussion on the infinite Tsukuyomi theory. But here now we are talking about the worldwide results of the popularity poll, which was announced last year alongside adaptations of like certain manga and anime art and all that stuff, in which they were going to give you a chance to vote the top most popular characters. Let's see, 99, as it says, out of the 488 characters in the manga that had, of course, a name. And it revealed that the. Sorry, what?
No. Go ahead.
Let's see. And it revealed the result, and it said that the winner would, of course, get his own spin off manga or what one shot. Which, so, Chat, when you heard that news, what were your reactions to like the poll and all that stuff? I'm just curious.
I mean, for me, it was clear it's like, how shall I say, marketing move because let's be honest, the fandom per se isn't that big anymore. The series has already ended quite some time ago, and in terms of relevancy, as we've all seen, I mean, in my opinion, Boruto cannot raise to the heights that its predecessor did. So, as clear as it is by now that the marketing team and whoever is behind the series now, they are, clearly reading Twitter and whatever other social media there is, but Twitter primarily. And ironically, I remember at the time there was this fight between, I think, Norihina fans and Sasako fans in terms of who's more popular, if it is Hinata or Sakura or stuff like that. So I think honestly it was a brilliant move on their part to, spin this off in a way that would try to reignite some sort of how should I say, relevancy back again. Probably, I don't know if that's the best word, but you get the idea.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can bring back interest with the Naruto fandom. And I will
Yeah.
admit, when I first heard the report about the whole bowl thing, I wasn't all that interested. And when I heard that the top character with one shot, I was like, it's not really a worldwide popularity poll. It's more an actual poll. It's more like an agenda, which ended up being the fans would vote. You would just get fans voting for like which spin-off they actually want to see, rather than, of course, what character they think is number one. It's not like with the, and I'm clearly tell they probably got inspired by Ichiro Oda's One Piece top 100 popularity poll. I'm not sure if you heard about it, but yeah.
I've heard about it like recently since
Yeah,
I don't keep tabs with One Piece.
yeah, but during
Um,
like its 25th anniversary, I think, or at least a year of its 25th anniversary, Oda, out of over the 1,000 characters that One Piece has, decided that he was going to do a sort of triple colored spread of the top most popular characters,
mhm.
and which, of course, the top 100 there. It's just generally which the fans around the world thought was popular. As far as I
Mhm.
can tell, not really an agenda to do a spin off, though I will say there was one fan agenda I did know about from the YouTuber Grand Line Review who wanted to get I think Woosop. Hold on, let me just get the name of the characters.
Yeah,
One.
I'm not familiar with One Piece. As I said, I mean, I know about it. I just haven't
Yeah.
gotten into it myself
Yeah.
because
The Whoop Slapper, yeah, the mayor from Luffy's the main character's village, who's like doesn't approve of Luffy being a pirate and gets annoyed when the townsfolk celebrate his success. Really, it was it'll be like a funny thing to see like the character on the cover and like being drawn by Oda for the popularity poll, which he did. He went like top 39, and then you got like this little fun him on like the former ship of the Straw Hats, the Going Merry. But yeah, but it's like it was all a good. But it's like for that one, it felt like a genuine poll and all that stuff, which let's
Well,
see.
think about it. At the end of the day, both of the series are, backed up by Shueisha, so it's
Mm-hmm.
only normal we get to see something like this. Especially, as I said, given that, in my opinion, and from what I see, everyone else's almost, um, Boruto isn't like living up to the hype of
Oh,
Naruto, and we can see that, in sales and stuff like that.
yeah, they're barely selling like 100,000 volumes these days in Japan.
Yeah,
So
which is quite telling given that, you know, its predecessor sold like what, 250 millions? It's
yeah, that was its total. I think.
it's not even 10%.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. And then we got even like an average volume in Japan would have sold about 1 million or 2 million from what I recall back in the day. So yeah, and
Yeah.
you can't even use the whole monthly thing as an excuse because Attack on Titan sold millions as well. So it's like there's that.
Yeah, plus, being demoted from what? Shonen Jump to Jump Plus or something like that.
Some sort of
Uh,
jump gig or something. I don't
Jump
know.
V, Jump,
Yeah,
yes.
jump T, yeah, some video game thing, and arguably they decided to adapt the Sasuke Rexodon novel into a manga to see if that might boost sales because of the alleged popularity of Sasu Sakura at the very least. But from my
Yeah, but that's besides the point anyway. I don't want to get into that because I haven't even read it. I don't care. I mean,
I mean,
even with the Boruto stuff, I
well, I
see
let's see,
it on my timeline. So
yeah, well, I've reviewed at least the first 9 chapters, and we'll probably do the 10th. But I'll just tell you, chat, it's bad. It's bad. It's just besides the cringe, there might be a few good moments with Sakura when not involved with Sasuke, but it's mostly just cringe. And the dinosaur plot line is just what? It's like, but
yeah.
yeah, but
Anyway, let's get back to the poll.
but yeah. But so as the poll went on, there was some let's see wondering like who was initially in the lead, and eventually we got like there was a bit of let's see internet buzz when the midterm results were sort of announced, and the top three were like Minato, Itachi, and Sakura, which of
Yep.
course caused all kinds of buzz. But yeah, they gave us like the top like 50 at the time. Characters behind them were, of course, Shusui, Kakashi, Naruto, Madara. Let's see, Kakashi's dad, Sasuke, and Jiraiya, and a few others in the top 20 and all that stuff. So, yeah, that caused a bit of buzz, and let's see.
I
A
wouldn't say
lot of,
just a bit. It was a whole nother.
oh, yeah. Let's see. Well, the reactions were to say, let's see, explosive would be an understatement.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
mean, I gave some of my opinions on Twitter about that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are honestly deluding themselves if they think that the dynamic of the fandom is the same that it was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sakura's popularity has risen a lot since the ending. Minato has always been popular because, if we remember, Minato and Itachi threads back in the day on Naruto base were like, a daily thing.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
was creating a VS forum on there. So in
Yeah.
a way, it's interesting because you have this new fandom dynamic that is, you know, a lot different than it was back then, but at the same time, some of the old things do remain. The only, surprise people had, and I had as well, I gotta admit, but not that big as other people, was the Sakura one. I mean, I would have expected Sakura somewhere in top 10, but not
Oh, yeah.
in top 3. I was glad. I mean, she is my favorite character after all, but yeah.
Yeah, I will admit. let's see. From when I first heard there was some initial speculations on polling, it had her in ninth place, which was still pretty good because she was the only
Yeah,
female
but that was
character
the in the beginning, not
Yeah,
not on the midterms.
but
So
yeah. I think she would be just around there. I mean, let's see. I did partake in the poll a lot more than I did on the One Piece. I mean, I voted Luffy a few times and forgot about the poll. But I mostly, for the most part, voted for Sakura, and then maybe possibly Naruto, Karin, Lean, or Lee, or Kushina. And I felt like, okay, I'll try and get them to at least be decent spots. But yeah, but
no, I honestly voted for Minato and Sakura. Those were my because
that
I knew
you
I
knew.
kind of like did it from the Uzumaki perspective because I thought, okay, what are the characters that are mostly, having chances of getting this one? And
Oh
I
yeah.
actually, because I actually thought about it, they are certainly gonna do, when I saw, the other polls about the battle, about the favorite jutsu and stuff like that, I initially said, because I even have a Twitter post where I said, if their Sakura were to win, it would be nice to do a story on her getting Byakugo and stuff like that. And
Oh
then
yeah.
again, lo and behold, when the announcement comes, what does Kishi say? That he's gonna do a story on Minato and how he got the Rasengan, a story behind Rasengan. So I
Oh
was
yeah.
certainly sure that this is something they're gonna do. It was right there in front of your eyes if you just,
Yeah.
connected some dots. And I thought about, the Suzumaki perspective because Sakura, her trademark former, anyway, Tsunade's trademark signature is an Uzumaki, and so is Minato. So it's like, okay, I'm voting for these two. For Sakura, of course, because she's my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I always liked Minato as well, and I thought that maybe I had two ideas in mind about him. Either he gets a story about the Rasengan, because at some point, in the actual story, when Sasuke, Jesus, no, Naruto trains, he gets to, when they talk about the Bijudama and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
they tell him, I don't know, I think it's B or someone around there tells him, makes a parallel between the Bijudama and
Y- y-
Rasengan.
Yeah, it was being the Eight Tails.
Exactly. And then, there's that whole Kushina background. So I certainly thought about that, and I
Yeah.
thought, okay, here's some more, possibility to see Uzumaki stuff because I've always loved it. So then, as I said, these were my choices. Sakura, because of course she's my favorite. I love her and everything else. And Minato because, the whole Uzumaki stuff.
Yeah. I'll admit, once the whole midterms result came out, whenever I remembered to vote, I just mainly just voted Sakura just to see if she could maybe get to the second place, keep in third place, or even possibly first place because, well,
I
I
would have
wanted to,
loved.
yeah. Let's see. I would love to have seen her to like prove all the haters wrong. Look how popular she is. Maybe see,
Man.
and maybe even just see the reactions to some of the people. Just
Those
yeah,
were funny though. I have
yeah,
to admit, the way some people just went bazinga, with the whole, oh, but the poll is rigged. I'm like, dude, everyone was gonna rig this poll. Shut the hell up and stop being so
yeah,
righteous, because everyone was gonna do that. It's just that you infiltrated the Sakura groups and got your quote unquote proofs, but
yeah,
the people who infiltrated in the Hinata groups, they were showing the same thing and even more, if you ask me. And it's a little bit even ugh, because they were doing like, with all sorts of porn images and stuff like that. And like,
yeah.
dude.
Hmm. But
So at least stop behaving so holier than thou when,
yeah,
it's certainly everyone was gonna rig this. There's
yeah,
always been this battle between the fandoms. So it's like, stop
yeah.
with the hypocrisy at
Yeah,
least.
yeah, and once we get more to the results, I'll to get more into like some of the accusations. But yeah, but when the first result, but when it said it would come out in April, which I thought was a very long time, and I was hoping it wasn't going to be a sort of let's see, let's see, I
What?
thought it was going to be some sort of April Fool's thing they were going to do, but Turns out it wasn't. And instead,
Yeah.
let's see. No, they did announce a poll, let's see, assaults first, but it was not the top 10, top 99. Instead, it was the top 10 fights, which was number 10, Sasuke
Oh
versus
my
Death.
God, yeah. I remember that one too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is my chance to go and vote for Sakura and Chio. And to be honest, I was so happy when I saw that
Yeah.
that
I
fight
kind
being
of
the first.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. I forgot I didn't see that one. I did see the top 10 jutsus, which I believe the Shadow Clone came first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but yeah, Sasuke versus Dad were at number 10. Let's see, Neji versus Kimimaro at number 9.
Kidomaru.
Minato, yeah, Minato versus the Masked Man at number 8. Mike Guy versus Madara Uchiha. Number 6, Sasuke versus Itachi. Number 5, Naruto versus Pain. Number 4, Kakashi versus Obito. Number 3, Rock Lee versus Gaara. And then number 2 was Naruto versus Sasuke, and it was arguably the, let's see, part 2 fight at the end. And number
Yeah.
1, of course, was, like you said, Sakura and Chio versus Sasori.
Go girls!
I was genuinely surprised that came number 1.
I was too, but I freaking enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
hi, Lucky Chi.
Hello, Lucky Chi.
I
We're
just
having
saw
fun
this.
time. So you can, let's see, join us due to your cough. But if the link is let's see, what top 10? But this here's number like yeah, whoa. That I will admit, Lucky Chi, that surprised us as well. I mean, let's see. I figured Naruto versus Sasuke would probably be number 1 just because so many people like it, even though I think their final fight was underwhelming, to be honest. I heard their fight in part 1. To be honest, I felt like the build up to it didn't really.
Same. To be honest, I love more the part one fight
Yeah,
than the part two. I
yeah. I
mean,
mean,
yeah, part two has some nice moments. I'm not gonna say no.
mhm.
But compared to the build up, the tension, the emotions, the themes, uh, it's more nicely weaved together and plotted together in part one rather than part two. So,
Yeah,
um,
and
I yeah.
to be honest, I felt like the part 1, part 2 fight didn't really feel like this epic fight that was being built up to. It felt like more like a fight you would have midway from the series. It was like instead of
Mm-hmm.
Naruto versus Sasuke, this is the final fight. This feels like more like a fight they would have before the final battle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes me just
Yeah. It
yeah,
was like, the class. It would have been, at least for example in my mind, it's something that I would have seen, let's see, happening maybe after Pain arc,
yeah,
where the first V1 of their
yeah,
of their fight to be kind of like to lay the reasons and stuff like that and tarara, and
yeah,
then the build up to that. But for example, like Lucky Chi was saying, uh he expected the part one fight would have been number one.
yeah.
Did we have it there though? I cannot remember
No,
because
no,
honestly, I just saw Sakura and Chio and I was like, I'm voting for my girls. I don't care
yeah.
who else is
Well,
there. But
the only fights in part 1 that made the top 10 was Neji versus Kirimaru.
no. But
And
I mean, I know versus Kidomaru, but I mean, did we have that? Actually, we.
as an option, I'm not sure. I couldn't
Mhm.
really tell. I'm not sure if they just put both the Naruto versus Sasuke fights together. I just know they're just using the Naruto and Sasuke just.
I think they might have used the second one. Sorry, because I think if the first one would have been there, it would have won, no questions asked, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah, I
And
definitely.
maybe Sakura with Chio would have come second in this case. But
Mhm.
anyway, I'm glad it came first. I mean, it's one of
Yeah,
my favorite
yeah.
fights.
And it should be noted that fight was the third most popular one in the third data book. Let's see, with a fan commenting, they were just amazed at Sakura's growth. And
Yeah. I remember that.
yeah, and in many ways, I do feel like if Kishimoto just paid more attention to like that, let's see, it's like,
Oh, don't remind me.
yeah, it's like if you did that, Kishimoto, I guarantee you would have continued to have Sakura being popular, at least not despised, if you've at least given her at least one or two more of those fights.
Mm-hmm. And
But
maybe okay, let's say not that lengthy because honestly, Sakura's fight there is one of the lengthiest we have. It's
yeah,
like it's spanning like two chapters, two volumes
yeah,
if I
yeah,
remember, or an entire volume. Anyway, it's big. It's a big
yeah.
fight, and it's like what, 3, 4 episodes in the anime. We never got such a long fight. So
Hmm.
in that respect, I mean, it's freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
You cannot. That's why when I see people downplaying it, it's like, dude, make a little abstraction of the fact that it's Sakura. Just see the themes, see everything that's incorporated there. There's no way you can freaking hate that because I don't. I mean, I've lost my words already. I've spoken about this so many times that
Yeah.
now with time, I got bored to repeat myself over and over again, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. But
Yeah.
no, really, it's from a political point of view, from a thematical point of view, from a creative point of view. Someone actually at some point, I think we all know that comment someone made on YouTube, and I think it really covers nicely everything. The way they went about puppet mastery is absolutely freaking brilliant. They took every possible angle and included it. Okay, what can you do to a puppet? Can you transform into a puppet? Can you have so many puppets? Can it's freaking genius.
Yeah, yeah. In many ways, it's why sorcery is probably among the two most popular puppet masters you'd see in anime and manga. The other would be, of course, ironically, from One Piece, Doflamingo, one of the most popular antagonists from the series. But
Hmm.
I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, but with like the whole let's see, Sakura being in like the first place, I wondered could she possibly be a chat and get the #1 spot in the poll? And
I was wondering the same thing, to be
yeah,
honest. It was like,
so
dude, that possibility it's there, to be honest. I mean,
yeah,
and I wouldn't have because I so wanted the I mean,
yeah,
I'm doing Kaika and I'm doing like my own interpretation of Byakugo and everything, but I'm so curious because at this point, I mean, to me is like,
oh
how should I
yeah,
say, it's this, let me see, do I get this one as well? Kind of like this,
yeah,
because I actually said now after I saw Minato is getting his manga, his story about the Rasengan and everything,
yeah.
or who knows, maybe it's the Hiraishin. Hmm, curious to see because he has two
Yeah, it's
representative.
got two. Let's see, like not like his like son. He has two signature jutsus.
Exactly.
Rasengan is the one they both share in common. The only difference is it's their second one. Naruto, of course, was originally Shadow Clones, which was originally his signature jutsu before Rasengan
Yeah.
came along. But that was the flying Thunder God technique, which many people thought at some point Naruto would learn himself, but we never saw that. Instead, his Kurama Chakra mode made him just as fast
I
as him.
know. So that's why, in Kaika, I kind of started building a lot of, background on these jutsus and how they would be and how they would, from inspiration and stuff like that. And I'm so curious to see
Let's see.
if at some point, they're getting there's some sort of parallelism between the ideas because I remember I saw something with they were ironically, this is I think my most known theory that just transpired so many fans and continents, the Hashirama and Sakura parallelism, that he might foreshadow her development. And I remember I saw at some point there was this advertisement done by the one of the Naruto accounts because they have many. I don't know if it's for the game or for the anime or for whatever, because you saw they have many of
Yeah.
those. And I remember seeing there was this advertisement with Hashirama and Sakura and a certain, element there
Oh
that
yeah,
I
it
had
was.
written in Kaikai, and I was like, dude, you know,
Yeah, I mean, at one point the
that's
Barca manga looked like it was going to do the Byakugo, but then it just dropped it for some reason. But yeah, it was like that whole
yeah.
tease with Tsunade. But yeah, But yeah, I just want to just quickly.
Look at Lucky. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
He was like, for a split
yeah,
second, I was like, if Sakura got the #1 spot for the character Pearl, I would have been floored with excitement. But then I was like, if it has SS at the forefront, no thanks. Yeah, I totally can't get
yeah. I
behind that.
think in many ways, I think that's why some no Sakura fans who took part in the poll were a bit reluctant to vote for Sakura because they were worried, like, would this be another Sakura story? I mean,
Yeah, and I'm like, at that point, though, it's interesting. Kishi always draws her Shippuden self. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's
yeah,
never her, post Shippuden era where Sasako is flourishing. So that kind of like sometimes makes me wonder why. But anyway, um, but to be honest, I'm like so done with the this whole romance aspect. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Narasaku. I will always do. I'm writing Kaika, who is, besides Sakura centric, it's gonna be Narasaku centric. But
hmm
I would have loved, and I still do, just focus on her like it was in the beginning of Shippuden. Yeah, we had, her thinking about the boys a little bit, but it was all nice and neutral, but the whole focus was on her. This is what we would have needed for
yeah,
Sakura's character, and this is what we need for Sakura's character,
yeah.
generally.
I mean, I would love if we get a multiverse or like a universe where Naruto is canon. But if there is a Naruto reboot and they decide to do none of the ships as canon and leave it open end, I will take that. Just because I just should see I cannot stand the current canon ships, and it's one of the things that makes it's one of the reasons why I never buy any of the stuff post ending and all that stuff. But this is I'm going to do a quick comment on what Lucky Chi says here. Halfway the time skip, always been a firm believer that Naruto versus Sasuke should have happened during the 5 Kage Summit, kind of like how it showcased in Storm 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. But anyway, but once like the official Naruto poll was coming out, let's see. Let me just find. Oh yeah, I'm just going to quickly share screen. I am probably sharing from like the Naruto official Twitter, so if there's any copyright things, I don't know, but let's see. I'm not trying to profit from this and all that stuff, but yeah. Let's see, but yeah, I'm just gonna try and let's see where's the
No
shot
worries, this
there.
falls under the free
Yeah,
something because we're just making a commentary
yeah,
based on it.
yeah. So I'm just
I
going.
love if it was centered on Sakura's training with Tsunade. That's exactly what I said on one of my posts on Twitter. It would have been so nice to get, some central focus on how Tsunade teaches her about Byakugo and how she learns and how she goes through, all the hurdles to get Byakugo and what it meant. And basically that's why I'm writing Kaika. I'm writing my own thing to, satisfy this
But yeah,
need, I guess.
I'm just gonna share the announcement
Found
and
it.
yeah, and the top 90, the top. Let's see, the top results were of course Minato in first place with 7,992 and 257 votes. Oh, I should probably mention like a total of 4.6 million votes were counted, followed
Which
by
is low number in, to be honest,
yeah. I mean
if we
it's
think about it. I mean, compared to 150 million
yeah,
volumes sold, 250.
yeah, yeah. It's not. Let's see. It's not probably what we would probably have seen from like Naruto in its heyday.
But after all, that's what I was saying in the beginning of
Mhm.
the stream.
Yeah.
This story is pretty much done, and there are a lot of people who just moved on and don't even talk about Naruto anymore in any way. And I mean, I've
hmm
had people on my YouTube who are like, you know, you still watch this? I don't. I mean, I don't follow Boruto. I don't follow anything. It's
Yeah.
just what I see on my feed on Twitter, and that's
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, but Itachi came in second with 500,005 votes. Sakura came in close third with 489, followed by Susui, Kakashi, Naruto at number 6, Kakashi's father at 7, Sasuke at 8, Madara at 9, Hinata at 10, Obito and Jiraiya at 11, with Shikamaru and Uchi in 13th, with Tobirama Senju in 14th, Gaara in 15th, and Hashirama in 16th, Dedra in 17th, Neji in 18th, Sasori in 19th, and 20th, Rock Lee. And yeah, those were the top 20, were followed by the likes of Mike Guy in 21, Kurama 22, etc. BTF like characters like Kishina in 25. You have Toby, who has a separate thing in 27. Tsunade, our girl, in 29th. Kaguya surprised me by going in 33. 1010 also surprised in 35. And the ramen guy, 36, no surprise there. The memes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you've got like Killer Bee 52 and let's see, Karin in 65, which it was much higher than I probably expected. And yeah, and some surprise ones at the end, but I think there might be either jokes or fan service. Like I think you had like at least 2 bar Earth girls. Oh yeah, Otoha and Kodaha. Yeah,
I didn't even know they exist. They were like NPCs, dude.
Yeah,
I don't get some of these votes.
I feel like it was just more because these were the only few fan service scenes Kishimoto had, in which one was when
Yeah,
Naruto.
but like, how can you say that that's your favorite character when they've literally done nothing that you could base your liking to? They were just there in a hot spring.
Yeah, but I think it's just jokes or just ooh because fan service. But yeah, that's what my guess is. And of course, they even gave us like the ones that got 100th place and below. Which poor Kuronai, she was just 1 spot away from like the top 99. Well, granted, she tied with the 4th Rakage, and you have Kayetsu in like 102. Jugo was the only one in Taka to not get in the 116th. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, oops, I went a bit too far there. You get this character called Saka, a sort of sand medic during like the Kazekage rescue arc. But it's like also
an NPC. Wait a minute, we have a question.
Okay, let me just go back.
Hello, hello. So, do you guys think Hinata fans mass voted for Hinata? Of course.
Yeah.
We were actually talking about this in the beginning. You know, how there's this whole, how should I say, feud that, oh my God, look what Sakura fans did. They used VPNs, they used this and that to cheat on the votes. Dude, Hinata fans did the same thing. Let's not use,
Oh yeah, yeah.
other words.
Yeah,
And they were using like pictures with naked girls that were cosplaying Hinata, because I've seen those with my own freaking eyes, and I was actually, but for some reason, that's what I said. It's not a problem in reality that someone cheated the polls. It's a problem that Sakura fans did it, and they won with it. Because if you think about it, she did get, plus they were saying that I don't know how, because from my knowledge, but I'm not that knowledgeable. I only know what someone told me at some point regarding these whole IPs and everything. But they were saying that they didn't count the extra votes that were. But who knows? With the way technology is today, maybe they did find a way to kind of like.
Yeah, that was one of the 2 accusations, which I believe Naruto explained. The one that does Naruto explain videos debunked all the accusations of voter fraud, which who I believe is rather neutral when it comes to the whole Naruto thing. I mean, pairings and all that stuff. He just generally tries to support anything Naruto. So yeah.
Yeah, I see. He, for some reason, I think he follows me. I was like, dude.
You've got quite a big YouTube following
on Twitter.
But okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, that I was like, why would you follow me out of all the people?
Maybe it's my guess is because you're quite the Sakura expert, but yeah, but there was like the accusations of cookie cutting, VIP things, and there's also accusations of One Piece fans. Let's
Dude,
see.
but that's also like stupid. And hear me out.
Yeah.
Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach are the big three.
Yeah.
I've read two out of the three.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, of course, with Bleach, I wasn't so much involved emotionally and, everything. But I have read it, and I do like some of the things in there as well. And probably if I were to get, you know, the possibility to vote in a poll like this, I wouldn't probably do it like so often as I did on the Naruto poll, although I didn't express myself. I mean, I said in the beginning and in the end. The rest was, me doing my job in silence because I'm so done with the whole drama in the fandom.
Hmm.
But as I was saying, I have read both of them, and I would have probably read One Piece as well if the drawing style wouldn't have been so heavy for me to follow. As you guys know, that's the only reason I haven't read and I haven't gotten to into One Piece, because from what I heard and saw here and there, the story in itself, it's amazing. So for these Naruto fans to come and say, "Oh, but the One Piece fandom has helped the Sakura fandom," dude, are you stupid? Sorry, have you even thought about the possibility that maybe those One Piece fans are also Naruto fans who happen to also like Sakura? Besides the fact that the Sakura fandom, especially the Sasusaku part of the fandom, because let's admit it, they're pretty big now, since
Yeah,
they're the
that
pretty
can.
canon. I mean, it's a denial of reality if you don't
Yeah.
admit this fact.
Oh yeah.
They have done so many things. They have done the collaboration with that, I don't know, K-pop celebrity. They have done, some sort of event where they were posting, artsy stuff to encourage people to vote Sakura. They have done a lot. Plus, on Sakura's birthday, the Sakura fans, or I don't know, the Sakura or Sasusaku fans, um, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, I was sorry to repeat. That's understandable. The artwork is a subjective topic. Yes, I mean, this is just my view on it. No, I'm not taking it from anyone who might like it. It was for me personally, it was too
Yeah.
much to follow. But
Yeah.
whoever likes it, go ahead. Let me get back to my idea. So the idea was this, that the noise that Sakura fans did, especially, the Sasusaku part of the Sakura fandom, because as I was saying in some of my Twitter posts, dude, you cannot deny either you like it or you don't like it. That's a subjective part. But you cannot deny that Sakura fandom is a big fandom now, and it has so many subsets of it: the Naruto fandom, the
Yeah.
Sasusaku fandom, the, I don't know, you name it, Madasaku, because for
Yeah.
some reason people
Yeah.
do
You
that.
have,
Or,
of course, the Sasosaka one, which is arguably the largest
yeah,
currently.
right now it's the largest, let's admit it.
Yeah.
And they do support their products,
Yeah.
like it or not.
Yeah. You also
Because
have. Sorry, go on.
I mean, even if Sasusaku is not my favorite, pairing, and I cannot get into it personally, but I won't be blind to not admit to the real facts that, you know, are there. They do support their content, they do buy their merch or whatever, or, stuff like that. Things that the other fandoms don't do.
Yeah.
Because if they would have done, sorry, but Boruto wouldn't be in the mud that is right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and all
And I
that
will
stuff.
probably. Yeah, and I will probably say, because I've been arguing with like someone on the heaven and earth, that like this is how popular Sasosaka is. Even if it is necessarily the most active fandom, I still don't think it's necessarily the
It
majority of soccer fans. But there's also the
it's
non.
not.
Yeah.
Plus, in from what I've learned, and from some people, this is just a perspective that has been presented to me. Maybe someone has, a better knowledge about this. But in Asia,
Yeah.
there are a lot of Sakura fans. They just happen to support Sasusaku because that's the canon pairing,
Yeah. I mean, it's
Um,
you probably have soccer fans who are multi shippers who would probably support any ship
exactly.
if it was
And
canon.
for example, that's one of the things that happens now. There are those parts of the Twitter fandom, those trolls, there are a lot of multi-shippers, and that's the thing they try to present as if, oh, they're the purists of the fandom, and things weren't like that back in the day. Dude, whenever I see those, I'm like, shut the hell up. First of
Oh
all,
yeah,
when I personally came into the fandom, I was also a multi-shipper. With time, I just stuck to Narasaku due to reasons,
yeah,
but there has always been multi-shippers,
yeah. And you
and
also have
especially in
like,
Sakura fandom.
yeah, you also do have also Sakura fans who hate Sasusaku like me. I absolutely hate it in a passion, and I refuse to buy any merc with Sasusaku in it. Let's see, I will be
Yeah,
honest with that.
that's
Let's see.
that's your preference, and I mean, to me at this point it's just like whatever. And I wouldn't, I always said it, I wouldn't have had any problem with the fact that it got canon. It's just the way it got canon for
Oh yeah,
both of them, because I came from that, multi-shipper background. So for me it would have been like, whatever, I still win. It's just that with
yeah,
time, the way things developed, I'm like,
yeah.
sorry, I don't like it.
Yeah, let's see. Amongst all the sort of ships that have become canon, let's see, in like all the series, regardless of if I ship them or not, like in Avatar, Harry Potter, Star Wars, well, most of the Star Wars,
Hmm.
Bleach, and all that stuff, I would normally, even I would not mind which ones became canon. The only
Same.
reason I hate, let's see, the ones in Naruto so much is because of the damage it has done to its characters and the
Hmm.
series' reputation.
Basically, yeah, it's the same. I know there are, fights in Bleach as well between Ichiruki and Ichihime, but
Hmm.
I'm like, dude, no, it's not as bad as in Naruto. I'm sorry, but for better or for worse, Ichigo has positive, interactions and things that you could consider uh, some sort of development
Yeah,
with both the girls.
yeah.
And the same in Avatar, at least in Avatar, the way the story was built, you could literally go with any freaking pairing in there.
No, I always knew it was going to be Aang and Katara. To be honest,
It's the same. I mean, I saw it from the very beginning. Oh, she's the heroine. Oh, she's the hero. They're gonna go the hero and
yeah,
heroine way because look, the
yeah,
way they meet is kind of like destiny. It's kind of like this. Da, 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 da.
yeah,
Anyway, it was,
yeah,
similar to Narusaku.
yeah. But anyway,
Actually, yeah,
let's
go
see, but
ahead. Sorry.
let's see. I always viewed Satara as a crack ship. I was a bit surprised how it was like considered the main rival ship to Katang, but I guess that's just me not interacting with the Avatar fandom and all that stuff. But yeah, but yeah. Let's see.
Bleach
But
ship.
anyway,
Wait a minute. I'm reading something from Lucky. Bleach
okay,
ship
so
wars are honestly not bad. Not that bad. My friend, I don't think you have the same um things I have on my, you know, feed on Twitter. It's as bad
yeah,
as the
but yeah,
Naruto ones, trust me. And I'm
yeah,
like pulling my hair out when I see them because the development that happens in Bleach, it's not the same as, I mean, Ichigo freaking talks to Orihime. At least they have a basis for a freaking friendship. Hinata barely talks one time with Naruto in part one. Then she confesses the second time in what you call it, in Shippuden,
hey,
and
yeah,
that's kind of it. And then they marry. You
yeah.
cannot call that freaking development because
Oh,
that's not
and
development.
her cousin died, and she held it. Let's see, Naruto's hand while his corpse was
Yeah, but
behind her.
that's not development for the ship.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
Naruto giving, chakra to everyone.
Oh yeah, but if you hear no Hina fans, they'll say it's development. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
yeah. So you got like all that kind of stuff with the ships and all that stuff. But yeah, but but yeah, the Naruto poll was like there's some surprises and some not surprises. But yeah, but once that came out, we got then of course the official cover and all that stuff. Let me just find. Let's see. I just want to find the. Let's see. Where was it? Uh, Here it
Chat,
is.
all Hinata says is Naruto. Basically, I mean, until you get the image, I want to respond to this. Don't get me wrong, her part one speech to Naruto, it's really nice and really amazing in its way. If they had built on that in Shippuden, it would have been a lot better. But they don't. They just make her faint around him, and that one time where she, confesses and everything. But
Mhm.
that's all more about herself rather than both of them. Because it has to be a two-way street, like it was, for example, in Naruto and Sakura's development. But no, it's
Mhm.
just she even says there that she's selfish. It amazes me to this day how people are like, no, 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 but she this and that. Dude, it's her. The character you all love who's saying that she's selfish. Why do you try to make her something else?
I kind of blame the anime's portrayal of that scene, to be honest. It did not help matters, but yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, Piero at that time. So
yeah.
you were
Anyway,
saying, sorry, Blue.
I've got the gritty color spread, and this is the one that Kishimoto did, and he did the top 10, top 22 characters. But yeah, you've got this very awesome colored spread, and probably one of the best ones you've seen in the Naruto franchise in a while, because all the Boruto ones are they're a whole can of worms, to be honest. But yeah, we decided to have the top 22, and each of them are holding some sort of weapon or
Weapon.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
That was pretty dope on Kishi's part, to be honest.
Yeah, and I do like how it's a signature weapon that matches their sort of characteristics. Let's see, though. Granted,
Sakura with an axe.
yeah, I must admit, I'm surprised you didn't end up using that sort of let's see, pick as your avatar, but in the stream. But yeah, but it's always kind of cool just to see how. And I also love the tongue sticking out. But yeah, but yeah, you've probably got arguably he's done the three most main important, the three top winners as the center of the whole thing over there, and with all the other characters around that are close to each other in numbers. Though there have been some debates on due to the fact that Sasuke's behind Sakura and Hinata's next to Naruto, he's doing a bit of shipping. But I would,
I mean, I expected that. Let's be real. They're trying to keep everyone in, and after all, they've canonized the
oh
pairings
yeah,
in the way they did. So of course
yeah,
they had to, make a hunt. How do you call that? Ugh, in
yeah,
English, I'm not exactly
yeah.
sure exactly.
Well, I mean, it's interesting that Hinata has a sword here, and I'm just wondering, well, granted, you never really see the Hyugas with any weapons, but I do wonder if Kishimoto could rewrite the story, he would give many of these characters these types of ninja weapons.
And
Let's
it
see.
would have been so nice with the Hyuga fighting style, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because in essence, it's how should I say?
Mhm.
In essence, it's kind of like, you know, their fighting style. It's called the gentle fist because everything happens on the inside, but the way it happens, it's like, their chakra is sharp and cuts and everything. That's the basic around the Hyugas. So to see also the physical, part of this would have been really nice.
Yeah. But yeah. No, interesting. I wonder. Let's see. It is funny how the Sasuke you've got the Chidori arrow thing, in which you did see him use an arrow back when in the Itachi flashback when they were teaming up. But yeah, I do. But yeah. But anyway, I'm now gonna let's see. Just gonna quickly whoops. Let's see. I'm just seeing where I am. Okay. I wanted to show that manga so bad. Okay. One was
Oh
talking
man, I
about
gotta turn. Sorry, I was seeing this. I was seeing the comment from the festival
that. Okay.
100. I'm still hoping this is all an infinite Tsukuyomi. I know it won't ever happen, but I can dream. I actually have to do my second part of the theory, and it just hit me how it still might be some sort of
Well,
possibility, but in
uh,
a different way. So I'll hopefully I get to do the second part and explain how in there
yeah. Now,
because
granted,
it's just
let's see.
go ahead.
Sorry, go
Sorry.
on. No, no, you first.
No, no, no. That was everything that I wanted to say. But
Okay.
I still have the
Yeah.
idea on how to go about that. So
Granted, let's see, kept up with some of the Boruto news, and I assume that you might have, at the very least, you might have heard about it. Is that
what?
Ada character now has the ability to alter reality and all that stuff, change memories. And from what the description says, it seems to imply that it has happened a few times before, which, let's see, I don't know, let's see, which you got some people praising, some people saying it's stupid, but that opened a whole can of worms of the fact that, okay, if that means that the entire timeline has been altered before, it does imply that you could always make it reveal that that the current timeline itself in Borto wasn't originally supposed to happen. Instead, you've got like a different one in which you could have said like Nal Saku became canon, or maybe even Lee Saku, or Ino Saku, or no Ino, or no Tem, or no one got canon, but like that. It's like
Yeah, I
let's see.
know.
It opened a whole can of worms, and I'm not sure those praising it even realized just what they could actually do with that whole thing. And since
I've always said it. I mean, even to this day, as someone who worked in marketing for like almost a decade, I cannot explain for the love of me why they didn't go the multiverse way.
yeah.
Since money is what they wanted to do, and if you want to do money, why not keep everyone in?
No, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you have a universe for Narihina, you have a universe for Sasusaku, you have a universe for Narusaku, you have a universe for Sasukarin, you have a universe for Lee Saku. You can have a universe for anyone.
Yeah, and it's not like they didn't do like the ideas before with a few of that infamous Tsukuyomi worlds and all that stuff. But on one hand, I can get like, okay, Japan. Let's see, it's mostly stuck to one continuity, but let's see, over time, I think they've become more open to the idea of multiverse, especially with like the whole let's see MCU making the whole multiverse thing more popular. Let's see now whether or not the quality of the Phase 4 is debatable, but yeah. But anyway, I just want to
but Naruto started it, since like
mm-hmm.
what, 8 years ago? What? I'm bad with math. Anyway, I don't even remember when did it end. Anyway, but yeah, that's the point. From my knowledge, what's it called? Marvel started doing it like recently with the multiverse.
They did it. Well, the comics have done multiverse for ages. In fact, I'd argue it was DC back in, like, I'd say the Silver Age of comic books that did it when they relaunched. Let's see, Batman, Superman, and these new characters from the Justice League that was a lot different from the ones that were in the Golden Age. You know, like the ones you normally see in the comics, like let's see, Hal Jordan's Green Lantern. Let's see Barry Allen's
I
Flash.
know, because I know at some point. I mean, I'm more familiar with MCU because, for example, one of the ships I've liked for X-Men was what's it called? Aurora and Logan. Sorry. And I do know that in one of these multiverses, whatever, they do have they get together and they have a daughter who's called Torrent.
Oh yeah, so, but DC started off, and it became a very go-to thing with Marvel. They did it with started off with their what ifs, but there's like
I know.
And while there's of course still a main timeline, they will do occasionally a new Elseworld universe like Ultimate Marvel or MC or Marvel Comics 2 or 99, and you get these different continuities with different things happening, and it could have easily been done with Naruto.
Yeah, imagine 99 universes in Naruto.
Yeah, and I think there's even future Naruto, but I think even Ikimoto wanted to originally do a Naruto reboot, but I think of course Seishri and Jump wanted a Naruto sequel with Boruto because they did the ending as they did, and they probably wanted to try and capitalize it. They just didn't realize how bad it was going to be for the series' reputation. But yeah.
Well, that happens when you betray your
fan base.
Fan base, yeah.
Yeah, or mislead them in certain places. But yeah. But anyway,
let's get back to our points because we extrapolated a bit.
Yeah, because Kishimoto, as a result of this poll, ended up saying an announcement of vote, and there's quite a lot to internalize in this. He thanks everyone for voting and seeing how it's interesting seeing region to region, which we may discuss a bit later. But he's apparently surprised that Minato became top in all regions. And he's happy the fact that Sakura's so beloved by many people around makes him proud as a writer. And he reveals he was actually rooting for Kurama, and as the fact that to not get to the top 20 in just 20 seconds, they decided to draw all top 22, which included Guy. So yeah. So we
Yeah.
apologize for not completing the original thing. Which okay, fine. To be fair, I thought he was going to do the top
Yeah.
part.
I mean,
But yeah. Let's see, and he says right now he's going to try and do like the short manga of Minato, and it's a story about his jutsu, which we've debated on what it might actually be, but it's apparently he's also wrote so many different pages and all that stuff. But yeah,
I'm
so
I'm honestly curious, to be honest.
yeah,
And I hope we get to see Kushina as well.
hmm
Some more Minakushi moments. And I hope to get to see more of the Uzumaki background in a way, because as we know, and as Kushina makes it known to us, most of his signature jutsus and
yeah,
signature jutsus, anyway, most of the jutsus he knows are Uzumaki based. So yay!
yeah. So there's a lot of things to interpret. You seem to be surprised that Minato and Sakura do so well, but
To be honest, what surprised me personally, I'm like, why are you surprised Minato is on sec? I mean, the Sakura part, I can get it.
because you've been told for ages how hated he
Exactly. He
was.
was like, look, Sakura is so hated and da by the editors, and I'm, uh, in a way, I'm so happy that
Yeah,
once again I get confirmed certain things.
yeah. Let's
There's
see.
still one thing to get confirmed, and I'm sure that somewhere in the future I might get it.
Hmm
Anyway, but back to what we were discussing.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
honestly surprised. He is surprised that Minato got so popular because at the end of the day, first of all, he's the father of the MC. I mean, duh.
yeah.
Plus, he was the one who said that if he would have had a chance somewhere back in the days, he would have loved to draw
A
a
Minato's
Minato one.
prequel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
like, dude, have you? And it's probably quite possible that he forgot what he was saying.
yeah. It's like oh no, let's see whether or not why he never did let's see never did a Minato prequel. Who knows? It might have been because it was might have been so heavily Naruto related, or he just he was burnt out after the ending of Naruto. He just did not do it and just wanted to do his Samurai 8 thing. It's all kinds of things you could guess with that, but yeah. Other things of let's see, as of note, let's see in the let's see, let me just find the interview again. But yeah, I'm not gonna like let's see. But yeah, let's see. He seems to be proud as a writer, though I hope he will not interpret like, okay, everything he did with Sakura was a good thing, especially towards the end.
About that, from what I understood, because let's be honest, first of all, the translations on the actual Naruto official website is done through machine translating. Those are
Okay.
not real people that are translating those things.
Okay.
Those are machine translatings with either Google APIs or who knows. Um, and I remember I saw at some point
hmm
somewhere someone, I cannot remember exactly who. I don't have this knowledge as a Japanese because I'm not speaking Japanese, but who might speak knows it better. But from what I understood, the actual translation would have been um, that as the original author,
hmm
he was surprised to see Sakura so loved in the whole world.
Oh yeah.
And apparently, there's nowhere that part of that he's proud as a writer.
Okay. My
So
okay. So that's a
I'm
mistake.
not exactly sure. I mean, as I said, this is not something 100% sure. I'm just,
All right.
backpedaling on that person. So if that person mistranslated, but I'm so curious to see
hmm
which is the real,
Oh yeah.
message, because I know Japanese, it's a language in itself that's very much based on context and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah. In many ways,
yeah,
I do kind of miss having. I think was it Maggie that used to be a part of Heaven and Earth? That was like the one Japanese
yeah,
fan who could
yeah.
have
And
confirmed this stuff.
Ramenamitsu, if you remember him as well.
Okay. Oh yeah.
He
Oh yeah.
was, oh man, I so miss him.
Yeah. But
Hope he's doing okay.
let's see. I'm sure they're probably doing fine. But yeah, but it's not like the first time that Naruto mistranslations happen. You had that one with the love confession, which is still being used, even on like TV Trope, which is just pretty much a whole Sakura bashing website. It's like it's why I don't trust TV Trope to be non-partisan.
Yeah, I mean, that thing. I remember. You mean the interview where?
Oh yeah, saying Hinata would make a better heroine.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I remember I actually asked someone. I'm like, dude, you know Japanese? Can you help me with this thing? It's and the person wasn't even reading Naruto.
Oh,
You know. So that's why I trusted their judgment because I wanted someone who was, outside of this whole madness thing.
oh yeah.
And the best part is that she, really knows Japanese. She went there for like 3 years and studied in Tokyo.
Uh-huh.
So she knows her shit. And the way she explained it to me, and I was like, how can this is one of my personal beefs with some of the people in Sasako fandom. And I was like, dude, how can you let this miserable thing get a pass for so long? This is one
Yeah.
of my beef with certain fans in there because before this, because Narsaku was, a threat to this whole shipping, no one freaking bothered to translate that part
Oh yeah.
correctly.
Well, it's like
Because yeah,
they prioritized just having their ship cannon over just whether or not spotlight Sakura was going to get or not get because of that.
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, to hell with the ships.
Hmm.
Make total abstraction of it.
Yeah. I mean, and whether you like it or not, let's see. Even if Sakura did get with Naruto as the main character, at the very least, let's see, when you have a, let's see, that would still, let's see, when it was focused on that, you got spotlight on her, and it's like, yes, the main character's love interest was always going to get more spotlight, and it's why she got quite a lot of focus. And the fact that when it wasn't going to be the case, her role got kind of reduced and all that stuff. When it feels like she would have gotten a lot more to do and all that stuff. But yeah,
Well, as I told them, I remember I was arguing to them back on the Tumblr days, like, dude, they're gonna replace and they're gonna start saying that Sakura wasn't the heroine and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And guess what happened with the last game?
oh
And
yeah,
then, Pierrot switched it and they were like, well, we mean the heroine in the sense of the love interest. And I'm like, really? First of all, bullshit. Second of all, bullshit again, because um, you know very well what you mean with the heroine thing. And second of
yeah,
all, Hinata has never been his love interest because he
oh
has,
yeah,
But anyway, that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
old stuff. So
The
let's
other
get back to
thing,
our poll.
the other thing I've noticed is the fact that let's see, the other mistranslation was apparently that Kishimoto was now writing Borta, which even I did a stream review on it, commenting on it,
Yeah,
and
I even did the whole article, and I need to kind of like
yeah,
freaking
so yeah,
edit it.
yes.
I've rarely gone to my
I can't necessarily edit the contents of like my stream there, but I will say apparently it was not actually they're just apparently using his drafts and not, I'm not even sure
exactly.
into
See,
that.
this is what I mean with the fact that it's not actual translation, it's machine translation by a machine, not by an actual human being that knows all the. So this is why in that statement by Kishi as well, there might be that plus. Sorry, I keep jumping to one thing or the other, but I remember I got to the original post and
Mm-hmm.
I hit the translate button. And even in the translate that is done by Google, it says ideas. Nowhere does it say written by Kishimoto or tarara. It's
Oh,
like ideas initially drafted by Kishimoto or something like
yeah.
that.
Now, whether or not let's see, Bart was currently being written by with Kishimoto's ideas, it remains to be clear. But it's like I've been still arguing to this day with a lot of Naruto fans who are convinced that Kishimoto is still writing this. But you also still
Yeah,
got
no.
articles saying that Kishimoto is writing Boruto, and these are professional ones. So it's like ay ay ay. But yeah,
You can recognize by the way of, writing. I mean, yeah, I fell into the same trap with, oh, Kishimoto is gonna write now Boruto and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
But then, why would Kishimoto kill his favorite character?
Yeah, and it's like if Kramer's
First,
currently his favorite, it's like yeah, that's like why would you
he
kill
never
off?
had the guts. I mean, he only killed Neji so he can get Naruto and Hinata together.
Oh yeah, they should have stated that. I
But
mean,
other than that, he never had the guts to actually kill an important, character. And out of the all, characters that are present in, you want to tell me he killed Kurama? And with the such a lame ass uh,
yeah,
post, I mean,
yeah.
it's nothing after that. That's the issue. We probably, if we would have gotten at the actual Kishimoto to, write this, we would have gotten, who knows, maybe a freaking volume in terms of flashbacks on how they grew together and tarara tarara, and then another volume where, Naruto would have been freaking crying all day about Kurama or something like that,
Yeah.
because that's Kishi's style.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe he's not the greatest writer in terms of, you know, themes and how to connect and how to everything else, because that, in my opinion, that was Yahagi's genius. But
Hmm.
in terms of how should I say, in terms of making you feel, this is why we're all still sticking together one way or another with Naruto,
Hmm.
because the man had this ability to make you feel the story. In Boruto, there's no feeling. I'm sorry. Everything is just surface level. You don't
Hmm.
get into that depth of the character, of their trials and tribulations in their psyche and everything else. This is Kishimoto's, type of writing. And I'm sorry, but Kishimoto is not writing Boruto.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's like let's see. In many ways, this feels like a cheap way of depowering Naruto and all that stuff. But yeah, I have no doubt. And also the fact that he never even was got the guts to kill off Mike Guy when he clearly should have died from the ape.
Exactly. I mean, he didn't kill Guy. He actually drew him extra.
Yeah.
Anyone tell me that? Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and even
buddy.
though probably killing Guy would have done probably some good to like develop Lee's as a character, and I think
Exactly.
yeah, I think
I
at
mean,
some point, and let's see,
yeah.
so go on.
No. As I was saying, that would have been actually something required by the plot if you let the characters make the whole consequences and everything to move the plot in some way. But no, he chose to not do that because of
I,
his own attachment to the character.
yeah, and I think there might have been one point he was planning to kill off Tsunade for Sakura's growth, which whether or not that, I'm not sure that's true, but if it was, that might have led to some things with Sakura at the very least. But yeah, I just
Well,
want,
he did say that Sakura has to grow, but he never said how Sakura has to grow. If it was via Tsunade, via Sasuke, which that's the weird way, because if you look at it, Sakura has to grow, and you look at all the things that happened in the war, it would have been a clear sign that yo, you gotta grow. This guy treats you like this, and that. And she seemed, in a way, yes, in a way, no. But then you get that thing at the end. That's why I'm
oh yeah,
like,
I mean, that's like, let's see, granted, depending on how you debate 540, where she's thinking of Sasuke when that guy gave her a love interest. Some think like, oh, she's still in love with Sasuke, but at the same time,
about that, I'm so curious. Sorry to interrupt. I'm so curious how it's written in Japanese. And
mhm,
let me tell you why, and what's the context or the connotation. And let me tell you why. As a language geek,
mhm,
there's how should I say, a slight difference in nuance. And what do I mean by that? I'm curious if the guy says if it's a guy you love, he must be great, in the
yeah,
sense that, if she presently loves, or in the sense that all the guys that she would have been interested in, they must be really great guys.
yeah, and let's see, and that makes me thinking that Sakura's thinking, you know what? Let's see if let's
Because it
see,
would have been like, oh, not all the guys that I've loved are pretty great
yeah,
guys. So then
yeah.
that thing would have made sense. But I don't know exactly how it is in
Yeah,
Japanese. So,
let's see. I'm not sure. It might have been that's how Kishima's interpreted, but due to the fact that scene there, and also perhaps the one with the Hinata following up with it, everyone thought like Sasu Saku no Hina canon kind of thing. But but this
well,
fandom,
and they were kind of right in
Which,
retrospect, they were
but yeah,
kind of right because
but
they were, trying to prepare the
yeah, let's see. But yeah, now whether or
anyway,
not
let's
that
get back
was
to the
like
poll.
the intentional or that ends up being there, who knows? But let's see. But then again, the fandom never could tell subtleties. But yeah. By the way, I just
Yeah,
want
no, in terms of subtleties, it's just
yeah. But anyway, I'm just going to comment here with first he was saying that any Brits who like Hina. At least when I was younger, back when the series was ongoing, I at least met two that liked her. But other than that, I haven't really asked Naruto fans in the UK whether or not how they feel about the ships. But I have heard that Narusaku has gotten a lot more appreciation, even by non-shippers. You're like, you know what? Boruto's a brat. I might have actually liked a Narusaku kid instead. Especially
man, I was thinking I was thinking about something recently. I was like, how could they do this if they would want to um kind of like mess up with all of us at
mm-hmm.
this point? And an idea came to me, and I was like, what if with this whole, omnipotence power that Ada has and stuff like that? Because in essence, this plot is very similar to the one in Road to Ninja. Because if we remember, the Naruto from there had his memories tricked with.
Oh yeah.
So then I was like, what if they want to, really mess us up, and they actually make Borto the Narsaku kid, and Hinata is only, maybe left with Himawari, and she's like, I don't know, maybe Lee's daughter or something like that. Because
Oh,
if you think about it, I mean, in terms of design, with that hair stuff, it could be.
oh yeah.
Uh, so they freaking mess us all up.
Yeah.
Imagine then.
Yeah, and they could also make Sada Karin's kid and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Imagine the
well,
I don't know if I can find the right word for this.
the explosion.
The explosion, the mess, oh man,
Well,
it would be crazy. And I'm
oh
at this point I'm like, no thanks, keep him.
yeah. Honestly, I'd rather if they were gonna do like a now Saku kid, just have a story where Boruto just runs into like a similar blonde kid to him, and then realizes that it's a son of Naruto, but not with one through his mother, but a different mother, and he's like his father cheated on him to
Yeah,
marry
that would
Sakura.
be how should I say it? That would be the convenient, nice, peaceful way to go about it. But
Yeah,
when has, you know,
yeah.
this franchise ever did something nice and peaceful?
Let's see. Let's see. Probably not since Yahagi left. But
Exactly. They
yeah.
always make this strife between the fandoms because, you know, that's
Mhm.
what gets them money.
But yeah. But now, granted, arguably, I'd say the sales of Ritzy of the current Borto manga hasn't done them any favors, and finally starting to crack at what.
Yeah, but it's not the only way they get money,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
They have the anime, they have the
Oh
the
yeah.
merch, and the merch actually is the one that brings a lot of money. And if you look at the merch, with the merch, they're really, really I gotta give them props because if you look about it at it, sometimes, the way they're how should I say, the way they're doing this, they're building this, the visuals are, sometimes can be interpreted as Narsaku, Narhina, Sasusaku, Sasuhina, even.
Mhm.
So they know very well what they're doing in terms of merch, because the merch, everyone can just buy their favorite characters and can,
Oh yeah.
mix
I
it up
mean,
the way they want. So
yeah, in many ways, let's see. Granted, I haven't bought Team Naruto merch in a while. I mean, the last ones I did were like those pop Funko figures of Naruto and Sakura. But yeah, but speaking of which, I'll probably get to the next point with like a. It seems the Minato manga is much longer than expected, and I do wonder, like, besides maybe Kushina and all that stuff,
mhm.
possibly making an appearance, I do wonder if this could be Kishimoto's chance to introduce some characters that don't have much, let's see, backstory or history. The one I can mostly kind of think of is that there was at least one ninja that were in the fourth data book that said to be a bit of a war veteran in the third Great Ninja War. That could be possibly the Five Tails Jinchuriki Han. Let's see, from the stone, which I would say would probably make somewhat sense because, well, the leaf and the stone were in heavy war at the time during that thing. But I don't know, it could be a way to also do that one shot could do bring in other characters. And that could be a good way of doing an antagonist for that one, if you're not going to have like Killer Bee or the Rakage in. But yeah, other than that, but he says it's making it much longer. But out of curiosity, oh yeah, Minato's teammates could also probably play a role in it. So there's always that. Finally get names for them.
Yeah, and his parents maybe, you know, so we can either stop with the Jiraiya and Tsunade or continue with the Jiraiya and Tsunade theories.
I mean, in many ways, let's see, Minato kind of would have probably been there, and spiritually, they're probably love child if they did actually get together at the time.
Yeah.
In many ways, he's like but yeah, but if they did, let's see, we'd also be curious to see whether or not Minato did come from a clan or not. But if it was a clan, it's like why did these lot didn't adopt Naruto into it? But yeah, but
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if those questions are going to be answered because
yeah, but yeah,
but I guess we'll live and see. I'm curious though when that will come.
Let's see. At the moment, from my understanding, Boruto is going to have like a 3-month hiatus, and I think there might be 1 month where this the Minato one shot comes out. I'm just wondering if the Minato one shot ends up being good and it ends up being its own separate following thing from away from Boruto, maybe just its own sort of Naruto special thing. Would you consider buying it?
The Minato one, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I probably would as well, to be fair. But yeah, it's probably one of the only.
I mean, I voted for the guy. I voted for him and for Sakura, as I said.
Yeah.
So
and to be honest, in terms of Naruto volumes of manga or novels, the only thing I've bought post the let's see, besides the 3 box sets, which yes, unfortunately means I have 72 volume, but yeah, I would probably the only thing I've bought outside of that is the 2 Itachi novels because well, it's a prequel. It's showing his time in the massacre, so but yeah, so
yeah, with the novels, no. I'm actually currently. It's very hard for me, and let me explain to you why. I did want to kind of like make a collection of all the volumes that I like in Naruto.
Yeah.
But my problem is the following.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no worries. My problem is the following. Most of the translations are done based on the Viz one.
Oh yeah.
And I hate the way Viz translates, and I don't want to have that. But then on the other side, I don't know Japanese. So I'm very conflicted of where or what to buy. You know?
I mean,
I'm probably gonna get. I'm curious if the Spanish one translates from the English one or directly from Japanese.
Well,
because I might get the Spanish one because I do know Spanish.
Okay.
And one of the things I don't want to buy the Viz one is because you know me, I'm a freak for symbolism, right? And I know very well that the logo of Naruto, the way it's built and its colors, is done in such a way that it has Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura in it. The Uzumaki symbol, the thing, that's pink because that's meant to represent Sakura. And I don't know if you guys observed this, but in the original ones, in the Japanese ones, of course, we have everyone there nicely, tarara, tarara. But then in the Viz ones for the US, Sakura is taken out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you observed that in the logos? I mean,
yeah, I
they're
kind of
modifying the logos.
Yeah, it's either black or blue, depending if it's a part one volume or part 2.
And I hate that. So I'm never gonna buy Viz. So that's why I'm like, where do I get this the way I want it? You know?
Yeah. Arguably, you probably want to try. If you could have probably gotten a Romanian translation, I take it you probably would have bought that and all that stuff.
Yes, but sadly, here in Romania, I mean, I have seen, but I think by the way, is let me check like real quick now to refresh my memory. But if memory serves me well, they're just taking the US translation and the US design.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're doing that.
Hmm.
I'm seeing there's this shop called Cărturești, and if you look at the way the logo is, it's just similar to the ones in the US. So I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want the original.
Fair enough. Well, let's see. At the moment, your probably best bet would probably be Japanese, though. I suppose you might want to do some research into that Spanish one, I guess. But yeah.
I think, yeah. I know, for example, that the French at least um the fan translations were directly done in from Japanese. They weren't, taking the but then again, I mean, I know a little bit of French, but
Hmm.
compared to the way I used to talk it like years ago when I was in high
Yeah.
school, I'm pretty rusty. So,
Yeah. France apparently. Well, let's see. I did have a few French classes, but I never really properly learned French. But yeah, I have heard that manga's become quite popular in France. But yeah, but yeah, but
yeah, it is actually France is currently the biggest manga market
yeah.
outside of Japan.
Outside of yeah, because Japan's always going to be the biggest one because well, it's domestic.
Exactly.
Let's see, which sadly jumped completely forgot that when they were thinking on the ending of Naruto. But yeah, but anyway, other like
Well, they haven't forgotten. They were trying to open to the overseas market, so
oh
it's
yeah,
only normal.
but yeah. Anyway, some interesting things about the polls and all that stuff. There's like a perfect attendance awards for certain character, and like Iruka had 15 people consistently voting for him. And then you had so 1010 had 5, and Orochimaru 3. And then characters excluding the top 3 who fans voted every day. You had Yamato, Might Guy, Tamari, Gemma, Shimura, and I believe that Toneri Aburai, Danzo's bodyguard. So you had some people consistently voting for these characters. It's kind of,
Well,
let's see, kind of
yeah.
crazy thinking about it. But yeah, let's see. Other than that, one thing you can probably do interesting to note of the Naruto fan site is the fact that you can see where places voted the most in like different regions. I think, and also demographics and the age. For particularly let's see, mostly males voted for Naruto, 58%. Then you had 39.5% female and 2.5% for other. And the demographic ages, which is my year group, 20 to 29, was the most common, with 63.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting to learn that when you break up the pieces, you learn that which groups voted for the most of whom. When it's like Minato, of course, got the top spot for all except for like let's see, the 40 to 49, which was Kakashi. Now, if you go by female, Sakura, let's see, except for the exception of like 49 to 50, let's see, 40 to 59.
Hmm.
Let's see, Kakashi got those demographics. She was like top spot there, but yeah. It's just kind of interesting to seeing the sort of age demographics and who is voting for who in those polls. But yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, she says, from what I've seen, at beat for beat, the same cover art style, only difference is translating the text from Japanese from English. But yeah. So but yeah. But anyway, as we know, let's see, this is the first worldwide poll, and there's maybe possibly more, but besides the Minato one, let's see, given how we've seen of the top tens and all that stuff, what other impact do you think this polling could do?
Um, I think they're trying to somehow test the waters with favorite characters to see what kind of stories, they can build around them.
Yeah.
Um, because it's clear that plus besides this, I think in a way Boruto is going to come to an end
Oh yeah.
at some point. So they keep wanna, milk something out of it. So how they can do that? By going back and writing certain,
Yeah.
one shots or small series related to different characters. So they were like, okay, let's see what are the top 10 most popular, so that we can see what kind of who are these characters that we could focus on to build something for them.
With
So this is
yeah.
what I think, because yeah,
Let's see.
Naruto, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and there's quite a few. Even though some of the characters only have like enough, let's see, history to them, like say Itachi, Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke. Let's
Yeah,
see, even Madara. There, you could still do some stuff with Shisui, or even just adapt some of
Hisui.
the stuff they've
Yeah,
already done. Like you could always adapt the Itachi novels into manga, even though they already did that for the anime. But but at the very least, Kakashi's father, let's see, could be
Sakuma.
getting, yeah, Sakuma, who was supposed to be apparently as powerful as the sun, and maybe even
Yep.
stronger. There's arguably you could like tell some stories with that. In many ways, I'm still a bit surprised that Kishimoto never brought him back for the fourth Great Ninja War of the Edo Tensei. He was one of the few characters that wasn't brought back.
Yeah. At that, I don't know. There are a lot. We could do probably an entire live about that.
Yeah, but yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
it was messy. The four
Yeah, the fourth.
World War, Ninja War. Sorry, it was messy as hell. So
Yeah, and we could have an entire stream about what went wrong
yeah.
with Britain, which I'm probably tempted to do, but yeah, unless Lucky Chief's planning to do that for an anniversary podcast.
Probably.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah. So let's see. But yeah. Anyway, if there's anything left to talk about, or that's probably
Well,
about. Yeah,
yeah. It was fun talking to you, though.
yeah. I
Having
think
these.
yeah, we've pretty much probably talked everything we had. Let's see predictions, like who won, who came third, like fandom's reaction, stuff like that. I think we've pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, lucky she's done my last comment. Was it more of a personal reason why he didn't bring him back? Well, my only guess is because he already had Kakashi had a conversation with his father in the pain arc. But other than that, it would probably been interested to see him actually fight. But yeah, but but yeah,
Well, let's not go there right now because it's never
yeah,
going to end. We didn't
but
have the proper fights that it should have had in the war. So,
yeah,
as I
and
said, let's not go there.
yeah, yeah, we can do that for another time. But yeah,
Am
but
I doing an anniversary for podcast for the first Great Ninja War?
yeah, I
Lucky
mean,
G, already you gave him idea, see?
yeah, I mean, we kind of little did it with a rewrite thing, though. I just probably mostly just rewrite what you could have done alternative to that. But that was generally with Naruto Part Two in general. But yeah, but
Yeah.
but yeah. But anyway, let's see. But regardless of what happened with the poll, we know that Minato is getting a one shot, and I'm happy. But at the same time, we're also happy as soccer fans. She came in third place and
Woohoo!
shown that, despite what everyone the haters said, let's see, or them going like rig polling like it's like just
She's
see,
popular, get over it.
yeah, she has a fan base. Yes, her writing was not always stellar, particularly towards the end, but she always had a fan base, and it's just that let's see, Kishimoto should have used her more, and arguably, who knows whether or not this means that she'll be used a lot more. Though hopefully not in just Saku content stuff, because Retsudon was bad, but yeah. But anyway, I think that's just
Yeah.
everything we've had to say. Chat, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you, Lucky Chi, for doing all the comments you could. I know you weren't able to join because of your bad cough, and also thank you, First Evil, for some of your comments. Who I know that due to that, there's only one person watching, which is probably Chi. You're not here right now, but yeah. But let's see. Hopefully, and let's see. Yes, Shannon. No, but yeah. And hopefully in the future there'll be some more Naruto streams I'll do, but not in the. Let's see. Granted, I'm going to do one more Sasuke Retsudon with manga reader once the 10th chapter is out, which is probably today. Other than that, I might have a few ones with regards to Sakura, maybe the fourth Great Ninja War, and maybe just what going on with that Boruto possible time skip and hiatus right now. But yeah, but for now, I am BlueStarSaber.
Chatte, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we are now signing off. Thank you for watching or listening, and I hope you take what we had to heart, and goodbye for now.
Bye, guys.
There we go.